Far beyond the frozen fjords and the northern mountains, the ancient gate stood open. The ancient god gate had not closed since the night it awakened. Its massive stone pillars still glowed faintly with ancient runes, but the magic that once sealed the doorway had weakened. The wind that flowed through the gate did not belong to the world of men. It carried a strange cold, not the cold of snow or winter, something older, something empty. After the fall of the beast of the Black Aurora, the northern warriors believed they had stopped the first horror crossing into their world, but the gate remained open, and something inside it was still moving. Across the northern lands, strange signs began appearing. The earth trembled during the night. Ancient stones cracked apart. Ravens gathered across the sky as if watching something far away. The warriors of the north understood the truth. The creature that had fallen beneath the aurora had only been the beginning. In the settlement of Stonefjord, a warrior named Bjorn Ironwolf stood before the northern mountains. Bjorn had fought many creatures during his life: frost giants, sea beasts, and the undead armies raised by dark sorcerers. But the stories spreading across the north were unlike anything he had heard before. Hunters returning from the mountains spoke of something enormous moving in the distance, something taller than the tallest cliffs, something that walked like a living mountain. Bjorn knew where it had come from: the gate. Without hesitation, he began traveling toward the Broken Spine Mountains, where the ancient god gate had first opened. The journey took 3 days through deep snow and shattered valleys, where the earth still carried scars from the gate's awakening. When Bjorn reached the mountains, the sky above them was dark. Storm clouds twisted across the peaks like a living sea. The gate was still open, but something else had changed. The ground around the gate had collapsed. Massive cracks spread across the valley floor, and the sound of footsteps echoed across the mountains, slow. Each step shook the earth like thunder. Bjorn climbed a ridge overlooking the valley. Something enormous stood beyond the gate. At first Bjorn believed it was another mountain rising behind the ancient doorway. The creature slowly stepped forward through the gate. The titan from beyond the gate had arrived. The titan was larger than anything Bjorn had ever seen. Its body looked like ancient black stone carved into the shape of a massive warrior. Glowing red cracks ran across its body like rivers of molten fire beneath the surface. Its shoulders were as wide as cliffs. Its head nearly touched the storm clouds above the valley. The titan stepped fully into the world. Bjorn felt the cold wind grow stronger. The titan turned its head slowly. Its glowing red eyes locked onto the warrior standing on the ridge. For a moment, the enormous creature studied him, then it spoke. Its voice echoed across the mountains like rolling thunder. Bjorn raised his runic axe. The titan stepped forward. The ground exploded beneath its massive foot. Bjorn ran down the ridge toward the valley floor. If the titan left the mountains, the northern settlements would fall within days. The titan raised its enormous arm. Bjorn barely rolled aside as the massive hand smashed into the earth, sending stone and ice flying across the battlefield. Bjorn charged forward and struck the titan's leg with his runic axe. The blade flashed with ancient blue light. The titan barely reacted. Instead, it laughed, a deep sound that shook the sky itself. "You are small," the titan said, "but you carry the runes of the old world." The titan raised its arm again. Bjorn knew he could not defeat a creature of that size by strength alone. Across the titan's chest burned a glowing red symbol, the same rune carved into the ancient god gate. The creature was bound to the gate's magic. The titan attacked again. As the massive arm descended toward him, Bjorn ran directly beneath the creature. He leaped upward and drove the runic axe into the glowing rune across the titan's chest. The runes exploded with blinding light. The entire valley trembled violently. Cracks spread across the titan's body like lightning across the sky. The glowing red energy inside it began collapsing. The titan staggered backward toward the gate. The creature tried to step forward again, but the magic holding it together was breaking. With a final thunderous roar, the titan collapsed. The massive body shattered into enormous pieces of black stone that crashed across the valley floor. Silence returned to the mountains. Bjorn stood alone among the broken remains, but the gate still stood open. Bjorn slowly turned toward the dark doorway. Inside the shadows of the ancient world beyond the gate, something far larger than the titan. It was not alone. If you enjoyed this Viking dark fantasy story, like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter of Frozen Saga. New monsters, ancient legends, and forgotten gods are awakening across the frozen north. This saga is far from over.